guys.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
So we're giving everybody time to tune in. So we're just chilling over here,
Just chilling,
playing some music.
Kind of trying to catch a vibe. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in.
How do you do that? Oh, because it just comes on?
No, it's on. I'm.
But how did you do that?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did.
What did I do? What did I do?
How'd you go to our live?
No, it just popped up and showed me that it was going live.
You on your James Nelson
Yeah.
Leeds? Oh, that's why. You never can go on mine and go live?
Yeah, because you live up there.
Oh.
Y'all already live. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
All this time I thought it was something else.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Hey LMC, how are you? Is it plugged up? Is you have it in do you have it in the port and that port doesn't work? Do you need a watch your head? Yeah, so have y'all ever said my TV is not working? You're doing everything you know to do, but you didn't even look to see if it was unplugged.
Just to make sure it's plugged in.
Have you done that before? Because you're going through the process of elimination.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, y'all come on in. We're starting at 7 o'clock. We just came in early.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, and we just want to talk with y'all.
This is Couples Conversation with the Nelsons every Sunday night, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. So we got a conversation we want to have tonight. So
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was me.
Got that Alicia Keys.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear it, but
Oh, they can probably hear it, but I just didn't mean to do it that loud.
hope everybody's doing well. Hope
y'all had a what is it? Fun day Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
Sunday fun day.
Yeah, Sunday.
I said fun day Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday fun day. Yeah.
Have a fun day on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
They're probably still out there.
Yeah, well, some people went to church today and had fun, or you know.
Yep.
Whichever religion anybody serves, they probably had a great time.
Hey, what's up, LMC? In the place to be.
Right.
Where are you located? Who is that?
You guys.
Where you located, LMC? We're just trying to figure out where everybody's located.
Yeah, like we want to know where people are from.
What city you represent?
Yeah. So when you guys tap our screen, it gives us hearts and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So tap our screen. Thank you for the hearts. And let us also know where you're from, because we do want to know where you're from.
We want to know where you're from.
If we've not conversed with you before, we like to engage. Thank you for the hearts. LMC is from Fort Worth. Okay.
Cowtown.
All right. Well, you know what? Right now, it's a Sunday. We speak special blessings over you, and whatever you need, it comes through.
Let me say this. One of my best friends was from, well, I got a few friends from Fort Worth, but one of my best friends went to Trimble Tech.
Thank you.
Straight out of Fort Worth, so I spent quite a bit of time in Fort Worth. What's up, Jersey? I see you up there, Jersey, representing Joey.
Okay,
I see you,
Joey.
Jersey, from Jersey. Joey from Jersey.
Joey been tapping in every time we come on. Tap in. We appreciate you, Joey.
That's it, yeah.
Yes, we do. We appreciate those.
I think that's another Joey, actually.
Is it another Joey?
Yeah, because I think that Joey's in Florida.
You know what? He did.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm sorry.
El Paso, much love.
Come on, El Paso. I spent a lot of time in El Paso.
Yep. I spent some time in El Paso. I played ball in college. We used to play UTEP, so I spent some time playing ball. I played basketball. I was a hooper back in the day.
Okay, hooper.
So spent some time in El Paso. California, 818.
Okay.
Representing.
Listen, my favorite state, y'all. I have been all over the world. California is number one. I tell my husband all the time, baby, I just need to get to San Diego. I need to be around Little Italy. I need to be around the water. Come on.
Oh, Joey's a female. So, okay.
Okay, Joey.
My bad.
Okay, we're sorry. Well, no, I can see. I just didn't see your picture. Your picture is smaller, and I just see Joey. So our apologies. Audrey, Newcastle, Delaware. Come on.
No state tax.
No. Okay.
I'm feeling that.
Okay. We like that.
Yeah.
Because we like to acknowledge people and get things.
And
right.
she say California, but I'm gonna rep Texas all day. But I love California too to visit. But I'm straight up. I'm a native Houstonian, born and raised, straight out of H-Town. My wife's from East Texas.
I'm from East Texas, small country town. I swear you blink your eyes, you'll miss it. But I moved to Lufkin, Texas, if anybody's ever heard of that. And I'll just tell people that's where I'm from versus St. Augustine. Not that I don't have a problem with my hometown. It's just nobody knows it. And when I say St. Augustine, they say St. Augustine, Florida. I'm like, nah, baby.
So I told you. So Joanne, that's Joanne.
Joanne.
Joey for short.
Okay.
So I think someone asked me, I played NAIA, Division I, Midwestern State University. So in Wichita Falls, Texas. So went to a NAIA school, played ball there. And, some of the colleges that recruited, I just didn't want to go to California, ironically enough. I didn't want to go to San Jose State, a couple other colleges in California. It was just during a rough time. During the 90s. I didn't want to go to California, so.
Yeah, don't judge us. We're drinking something to wake us up. It's just an espresso martini.
Ain't no judgment here.
You don't know who be judging you. On social media, people be coming for people.
All the time. So
they do.
So we're the Nelsons again. This is my listen. Give hearts for my beautiful wife. Like I did real good. I'm listen. I am punching up in weight. Like I'm way out of my league. So give some hearts for my beautiful wife.
They might not even think I'm cute.
She is cute.
You.
What are you talking about?
Joy. Yeah, but they might not think of you. They're like, I'm not giving her no awards. I don't even think she all that cute. They like, but you know what? I appreciate my husband.
Stop playing.
Well, here's the thing. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
I'm not going to say, but yeah, it is.
And we're about to get started, but beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and something I've never done before. I don't lead with what I think I look like because personality, attitude.
Thank you, Miss Keisha. She is beautiful. She is.
Thank you.
But let me say this. You know what I love about her? She does not lead with her looks, the external. She is a pure soul. Her heart is just golden. She does not, and she loves people.
I do.
Right? She loves to edify and build up other women. She'll never walk into a room and be competitive or, women, y'all can be a little catty sometimes. Not my wife. She's all smiles. She will. Now, don't get it twisted. She's a little firecracker. She's a little spitfire. She's a little spitfire.
That is not what I lead with, y'all, though.
She's a little spitfire.
Oh, that says something else. The fact that he thinks you're cute is all that matters. Oh, Thank you. Thank you, J Love. And I think that's 11187. I'm sorry, I'm just calling out everything. I like to give shout outs. So.
No, it's true. No, she is good. I think she's
thank you.
And so we will be married 3 years in January. Mm-hmm. Right? So we got married on January the 1st. That we decided 1-1, right? Mm-hmm. We got married at 11 a.m. In 2022.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So 1-1-1-1. If you break that 22 down, 1-1-1-1. So listen, those are our what do you call those numbers?
I don't know. Angel numbers?
Yeah, 11? Angel numbers. Yeah, 11.
11 is our number.
So we said,
11.
Hey, 11. So we said we were gonna get married on that day. Oh, my lip look thing.
Baby, it's not that. It's
no, they were shining like I've been eating chicken or something. No, it's
not. Look, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, because I don't know what you see. I see that your mustache is shining, but it doesn't look bad.
I didn't say it looked bad. I said it looked greasy, like I've been eating chicken. But I just put a little lip chap on. Ooh, 30
I'll be married 30
Come
years
on, Miss Joanne.
Come on now. Come on.
Thank you.
So, quick story, so you guys can get to know us. And we said we're about to jump in here in a second, but just so you guys know who y'all are, engaging.
Tuning in too.
So I was married, and I was married to my high school sweetheart. We were together 32 years. And then we got a divorce in 2018, March 6, 2018.
And I scooped up like a ground ball fumble. And then...
Okay.
So, and I was married 15 years prior.
Yeah.
So we both were married before. This is our second marriage.
Yeah.
And so we've been married 3 years in January.
Yes.
So.
And so we believe in, we do believe in marriage, and everybody don't believe in marriage. That's okay, to each his own. We're not trying to tell people what to do. What we are saying though, we believe in, I need to be happy on my own, and he adds to my happiness.
Right.
He needs to be happy on his own, and then I add to his. So that's our story.
No, it is a very quick. And the reason why we do have a podcast. It's called the Love and Truth Podcast. You can follow us, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We actually launched it in April of 2024, this year, as a matter of fact. And so we'll be coming up on a year. And we launched the podcast because we're just big on couples, and communication and relationship.
Yeah.
And so we said, since we went through this process to kind of solidify and build this foundation for our relationship, we wanted to create a platform where we could just share with others. And Miss Joanne, I mean, you 30 years in the game,
yeah.
So I'm sure you can drop a whole bunch of knowledge and wisdom on all of us.
No, she can. I know she can.
And so we just created this platform to come on and just talk. There's so much noise and so many distractions out there, and so much other stuff going on it is work. So much other stuff going on social media. We want to just create a space where, hey, let's talk about people that really want to be together.
Yeah.
And want to work through it. And so this segment.
Or how about this?
Yeah.
People that are even single, and you are getting
True.
back into the dating game.
Yes.
Because y'all, if I would have had somebody like us, or I would have just really known who to go to, but I was young. I was only 15, so it's hard to be like, how am I supposed to date? What am I supposed to do? That's different. You know what I'm saying? Being with somebody the whole time. But I wish I would have had these type of platforms, because I think people can gain a lot of wisdom. I just think that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Licensed Tranquility to Infinity. They followed our live. Thank you. We appreciate you.
So we talked about this, and so our podcast, which season 2 will be starting in January. And we created this couples conversation, which is kind of a live. It's not really a podcast, but just a live. We have conversations all the time. We were just at brunch earlier today on live, and we talk all the time. And I just think that's we think that's the foundation of a good relationship, just communication. If you can start right there, you can work out most issues.
Yeah.
And so this couples conversation is just us coming on and talking about, it could be current events, it could be something that we were just sharing and just wanted to share with you guys. But this is something that we do every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Thank you, Brenda.
Tuesday, Central Standard Time. This is I think you brought up a good point. It's not just for married, but it is for married couples, seasoned couples, and even singles that are aspiring to get back into the dating game or looking. And we just want to share our experiences, our viewpoints, lessons learned, tools that we use on how we effectively communicate. Because it's work. I think Miss Joanne, Joey said it earlier. It's just work.
Can I tell you what I like that she said?
What'd she say?
She just said work, and so I can say a lot about her just from that one word. She didn't say it's hard. She didn't say challenging work, hard work. She just said work. That's all she said, because it's different for every couple depending on what tools you have and what you're using to get out of certain conflict.
Yeah, and what you're willing to do, because you got to be willing to work. And so this couples conversation is like real talk, real communication, and more importantly, just real resolve. How do we get to resolve?
Yeah. How we do that?
Because
talk to me about that.
We can go round and around about the problem and start putting the problem on each other, and like it's your fault, no, it's your fault, when you did this one or you did that. None of that matters. What matters is, how do you get to resolve?
Right.
And where there's no resentment.
Yes.
Resolve without resentment. So
Resolve whatever resentment. I like that. Baby.
So let's have some real talk.
All right,
let's just talk about it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
So what's up?
So we are talking about a couple that's married.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're married,
yeah.
And some of you may know them, some of you may not. And we're talking about this because we have some other things we want to break down. But they put it on social media, so we're using their blueprint of what they have cultivated and where they are now, just to talk to you guys about it.
Yeah, and so we were having this conversation because it's all in the social media, right? So we said, man, what Papoose and Remy Ma, if you know them, they're two hip hop artists, and we'll kind of go through kind of a timeline to how we got to this point. But it's like this couple is airing out a lot of their personal relationship, or the relationship challenges, differences, breakups, or whatever the case may be, in the public, and it seems to be the norm now. Everybody runs to social media to air out their differences.
Yes, come on, Psalms 3:3.
Okay, there you go. Come on now, bring it in.
Give it to us.
We love a good scripture. Drop them in there.
Drop it in the what is the comment section?
The comment section, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, hey, man, what is that about? Now, no, we're on social media. Let me tell you this. We will not come on and talk about anything that's going on with us that we haven't already talked about and resolved.
Right.
The only reason why we will bring up anything that we've been challenged with is that we've got resolution to it and we've talked through it, right? We're not going to work through it socially.
Yeah, we don't want to work through it in front of people.
So why is that? Why
do you think that we would do that?
Why
do they run the social media? Well, I think that they run the social media because what you're looking for is loyalty. You're looking for someone to possibly be on your side, and you want to build up this gang mob that whatever my husband or ex or children's father said about me, let me tell y'all what he said, and then my group of people are gonna come on and they're gonna say whatever they're gonna say. And so it's really just trying to get loyalty on your side. Is why I think people run to social media.
So is this where, because I think this is on one of our other episodes, where we say, when you're in a relationship, keep your family out of your business.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes you will run to friends and family, and then you'll spill whatever's going on because you want to gain alignment or alliance. You want somebody to tell you you're not the one that's wrong.
Right.
You want people to say, well, this was, and you're always giving just a part of the story. You're typically not giving what you did. You're giving a part of the story.
Right.
And so social media is a place where you can just give your side of the story.
Right.
Nobody ever goes on social media and is like, well, hey, you know what? I fucked up. I did this. I'm sorry. I know we just got a scripture. I messed up. Here's what I did wrong. This is what created the issue in our relationship. And nobody owns that part of it. They don't do that.
Well, this is why oftentimes social media is very damaging, because you can hear my side of the story, guys, but if you haven't heard my husband's side of the story, you can't really judge it correctly to say, oh, you know what? Ma'am, I know you came on here and you're trying to tell us A, B, C, and D, but we need to tell you you're wrong.
Oh, we need the whole story. Okay, I heard you.
Well,
but what else?
But if they heard your story, they're
that's what I'm saying.
But no, that's what I'm saying. If they can't judge both of our stories, so if I say something and then you say something and they're like, ma'am, you know what, you're wrong.
Okay.
So they need to have both sides of the story to determine, they're just able to judge and use wisdom for the situation.
What's the old saying that there's two sides of the story and the truth is somewhere in between?
That's what people say.
Yeah, I mean the truth is somewhere in between. Like there's culpability on both sides.
Right.
And one of the things that I love about us, even though we are both divorced and we're remarried, we never, when we talk about what didn't work in the prior marriages,
right,
we always talk about what we did.
Yeah, we talk about what we did wrong.
We never talk about what the other party did wrong, or well, here's why I did this. No. We take full ownership and accountability that, you know what, I wasn't available emotionally, I wasn't available, mentally, physically, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And that's a part of growth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So men being able to take accountability.
Hey, Sonia. Sorry, go ahead, baby.
I'm not going. Being able to take accountability, that's growth. Like, you have to be able to take accountability. You can't just go and just talk to your boys or talk to your mama about what she did, and you ain't saying all the stuff that you did. Right? If you're gonna tell it, you gotta tell it all.
But I think that this is
where I should say it in confessions.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna tell it, I gotta tell it all.
Yeah, but I think that you need to.
I damn near cried when I got the phone call.
But I think that you need to make sure you're talking to the right person so that they can ask the right questions, because, I don't really think that anybody wants friends that tell them, oh, you're right all the time. Y'all, if y'all have yes men and yes women in your lives, I'm telling you something's wrong with that, because if they're only telling you what you want to hear, they're probably not your real, true, solid friend, or they don't know how to give truth. And so if a person doesn't know how to give truth, that's a personality flaw within themselves, and they can't tell you the truth. So, and they don't mean nothing by it, but this is what they'll say: I don't want to hurt your feelings. So let's get back on target about this couple.
So okay, let me give a breakdown. So Papoose is a rapper. They both are, right? And so if you don't know, both New Yorkers. Papoose and Remy, they probably met about 2004. They were doing music together. If you don't know Remy, she was with Fat Joe, the Terror Squad. I mean, back in the day, they were hot. She was like the lady of Terror Squad. Right? Okay. She was the lead female rapper with Big Pun, Fat Joe, and the crew. Right. Okay. So she was a real hardcore gangster chick, can spit. She was just on the show we were looking at.
Rhythm and Flow?
Rhythm and Flow with Luda and
DJ Khaled?
DJ Khaled and what's the girl in Atlanta? What's her name?
Okay. We'll think of it later.
So they started dating back in 2004. But then she got a charge. And she got sentenced to prison for like 6 years. So she went to prison in 2008. And was in prison from 2008 until 2014. And so here's a story behind those two. Papoose, the rapper, her husband, well, at the time I don't think they were married. I think they got married after that.
Yeah, they got married in 2016.
Held her down the whole time she was in prison. Yeah. Allegedly, right? Supposedly. He was there, supported, riding with her the long way.
And they were not married.
At the time.
This is a man, I need to express this. This is a man that waited on a woman while she was in prison.
Not the other way around, because it's only the other way around.
And let me explain to y'all why I think that is so crazy. I was a correctional officer when I was younger, right? And I worked at a male institution. Y'all, it wasn't a lot of, let me say this. There were ladies coming in for visitation. They may not have been the same ladies. And it was mostly dudes' moms coming to visit them. It wasn't a chick that's coming, like, it was maybe a couple, y'all. It's a lot of inmates where I was. A lot of inmates. So that's why this is like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And so it was a story. Like, it was this whole, it was like this black love. They came out. She got out in 2014. And it was like a big deal. They were on Love and Hip Hop. They got married, I think, in 2016, I believe. They had a daughter in 2018. So this is like black excellence, black love. They're on all the cover magazines. Yeah. It's just like, yo. And I'm like, okay, this is
it right here.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
That's what we said.
This is black love at its finest.
That's what we said.
Right? And so who's not going to celebrate black love? In fact, we just did... so tune in every Friday. We also do our Feel Good Fridays, and it's all about music and love, and we were like feeling good, right? And so we were focusing in on like the 70s, you know what I mean? And so I was sharing with my wife and those that dialed in. It's like that era was about celebrating love and relationships, and all the music was about love. And brothers, the rap game was strong. So we were like, okay, well, cool, man, that's dope. Like he held it down for his lady. She came out, boom, she good. Come out, they get married. It's all on TV. They did have a whole reality show. Got married, and then they had the daughter in 2018, right?
And
then by 2023, we started hearing about these marriage issues. So you go from 2018 to 2023, right? That's like 5 years. So you have a daughter, and then by 2023, these little stuff start coming out.
Yeah. Indiscretion.
But you know what? Let's talk about this, right? Yeah. Because we've talked about this too. When it's just you and your dude, or you and your lady, and then you introduce a child, that changes the dynamic of. Now, I'm not saying it's the child, and this is why you got to talk to your kids too, because I'm not saying it's a child's fault. I'm just simply saying that when you introduce parenting into the relationship, if you have not prepared and done the work,
correct,
and you're not solid in certain areas, it might add an extra strain. Because guess what? She's getting out. She's trying to get her career back on. Boom, she gets out, gets back with the crew. They have a hit during that time. Keep in mind, Papoose was out dropping mixtapes. He never really got the commercial fanfare, but I mean, obviously, he's solid in his own right. And so now it's a different energy.
Right.
So talk about why you think that is.
Well, I want to talk about the time that they were separated.
Yes.
Because what I think, guys, what we've heard, on our lives is some people don't even live together. Some people are married and live in different states, and they don't want to live together, and that works for them. So here's the thing, if that works for you, we're not here to tell people what works for them. We are saying that there is a different element added whenever you are not together. So they weren't together for 6 years. He was going to visit her in prison, where normally what happens in a cell and for inmates, they'll make up their bed when they get up every day because you want to respect your cellmate. And then you don't have a lot of stuff. You're only able to have X amount of stuff because...
No, let me say this. I want to say this. She knows she's cute, but she's still working in prison. Go ahead. so saying that... I love you. So saying that you can only have so much stuff. Because when there's a shakedown, we go in and we're going to disrupt your whole... Like, you got a mess in there, we about to tell you got to get all this out. It's too much because we don't want it to be a fire hazard. That's the other thing, safety. So she's used to a clean spot. Allegedly, y'all, what happened is once she got home, allegedly, she said that he didn't clean up well. Well, here's that part. Once they... Because there was a child that was already before, and this is the part that we didn't say so people understand the story. They were saying that there's a child, and I think it was his child. Oh, so he had a child. Okay.
And I think it's a son, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Or maybe it was her child because he's older and he's in prison now. It's somebody's child. Whoever the child is, all I'm saying is there was one because they called him a single father. They ain't calling nobody no single father for nothing, baby. So he was taking care of her kid, his kid, their kid, however. I don't think it's theirs together. But, y'all, that's different for a man because oftentimes, unless he has like OCD or he was around a woman that's just like on him about being clean, or that's just a personality trait, right? He was just being a single dad, and then you're going there every weekend to visit your girlfriend, and taking care of your son and living life. Y'all, that's a lot. It's a lot. I know, because my mom used to visit my brother all the time in prison, and it's a lot. My mom's tired, she's working, but she's going back and forth to the prison. You got to stand in line. You want to do snacks and all that old foolery. Okay, but it is what it is. So, having said that, baby, do you have something that you want to bring up?
No. I was just trying to
find out how many kids they have.
Yeah, go ahead, keep flowing.
And so they have a small daughter now. What we said, they had her in 2018. So I want to shift gears about what happened, because y'all, we love to see. Let me say this. I don't know her like that. I just know a few hits. If I've seen the Grammys or something, or whatever award show, BET, I don't even know what awards she has. But I've seen her and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm proud of her. She came out of prison and, started doing her thing. And then I'm like, this guy held her down. Ooh, and this is where I need y'all to understand. If whoever is on here, I hope this is for you. Don't look at other people's relationship and compare it to yours. Once you start comparing somebody else's relationship to yours, that's where you just messed up. That's where you drove down a dead-end street and there's no way out. Because you're thinking they have so much more than you. You're thinking, oh wow, he really loves her. Ooh, because in our mind, they've painted a picture for us. And that's what most people do, right?
Yeah.
So,
no. So he does have, but he has a daughter.
He has
an older daughter. They have a daughter together, and he has another daughter.
Okay, so that's the daughter that he had
before
yes.
Remy.
So he was being a single dad
beforehand, right?
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So let's get into the disruption in this marriage. That's what we want to talk about, because we say that we want to talk about real resolve, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think people should take it to the streets of social media when they are in a conflict?
Hmm?
Oh, I'm out.
No, you ain't gotta say yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just.
Well, you can't do that because I'm literal.
What are you doing? I just want to get you over. You're leaning over to the right.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But anyway,
Hey, baby.
So Remy came out, the song is All the Way Up, her and Fat Joe. I'm All the Way Up, which is a smash hit. So the question was, what was the question?
My question is, should people take it to social media when they have conflict?
No, I mean, young people do that. Not if
they're not that young. She's 44 years old.
So let's be clear. I'm saying young people do that. I'm not saying they should have done that. I'm just going to qualify saying that's stuff that young people do and they shouldn't even do it. I'm saying, let me answer my question. Let me answer the question. So the answer is no, you shouldn't. But I say that's how this generation has grown up. They do everything on social media. So I'm just going to qualify my statement saying in today's times, that's how these young people communicate. Everything's on social media. I'm saying, to answer your question, no, you shouldn't take all of that to social media. When you're grown ass and you're an adult, you got kids and all of it. No, you shouldn't take it out there. But I say I want to challenge that, because every young person doesn't take it to social media. So then you said that's how some of the young kids act. But I know, I'm just saying I want to challenge the fact that most young people take it to social media. So my question is, do we think it's just very immature people that take these type of things? Because there are some young adults that are more mature than older adults. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's all.
But I get the point. Immature. There's some immature grown folks.
Right.
I'm simply saying, or suggesting that technology and the adaptation of it is more prevalent in younger. Older folks shouldn't be out here. I mean, you just shouldn't be out here. That's grown folks' business. This is the same this is equivalent to when we were growing up, talking about in the 70s, and you opened your mouth when grown folks were talking. What'd you hear?
You don't talk when grown people are talking. As a matter of fact, when grown people are talking, you be quiet and you get out of here. That's the other part. You get out of here because grown people's business is grown people's business.
Yeah, stay out of grown folks' business.
And I understand that now. You know
Stay
why?
out of grown folks' business.
Because we bring children into so much bull crap now. If you're not happy with your spouse, he may have, there may have been some infidelity. And then you go tell your daughter and your son, yeah, he cheated on me. But why are you telling your kids that? That is not your children's relationship. That's between you and your spouse. I think that does a disservice to kids, and it causes kids to have to grow up quick. And then they don't really get to feel what it feels like to be a child, because now we've just totally in a lot of things reverse things.
And they don't have all the dynamics and all of the situations that are in the relationship.
Right.
You don't know what's going on
Nope.
in the marriage. You don't know what's going on in the relationship. You just don't know. You're just an outsider looking in. So to answer the question, no, I don't think mature adults should be taking things to social media.
Yeah.
Which is why when we were talking earlier, I said, is it real? Or is it just about clicks?
Is it real or is it clicks? That's good. So,
I mean, because you got her, Remy, you got Papoose, you got Clarissa Shields, who's a boxer involved in I'm like, what are y'all doing?
But here's the strain though, and here's where it comes to be very confusing. They haven't gotten a divorce; they're still married, and then you have, your spouse that's still married to you allegedly dating another woman.
Look, let's back up, because allegedly, again,
she was with another man,
with some other rapper dude.
Yes.
Papoose pulled up on him. Yeah, you go look at the videos. Boom, something happened. He said he didn't get knocked out. Old boy said he knocked him out. Who knows? I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it. But the fact that that's even a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing? And I want to go back to this because when you think about from 2018 when they had their daughter to 2023, that's a 5-year mark. Period. You started going down this path of, hey, they weren't really together for a minute for 6 years because she was locked up.
Yeah.
We also said this, that when COVID hit, a lot of couples didn't really spend a lot of time together, but they had to because of COVID.
Right.
And they realized, damn, I don't really like this dude. Or I don't really like this chick. And I got to spend, I have been forced
all this time
to stay home and spend time with them. A lot of divorces happen, but, in our case, a lot of relationships were strengthened because it's like, yo,
I can see I really like you.
I enjoy spending time. Yeah. We talk, we communicate, we have fun, we laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is all good. Sometimes I'll just be getting ready to say something.
I know, don't say it.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Don't say it, baby.
Let's just say everything is all good.
Yeah.
So there's a period of time where you don't really know the person.
Right.
You know them behind a cell. You know them from a distance. You know them not up close.
Right.
You don't know how they're moving in
everyday
life in close quarters and proximity. Things begin to annoy you. Right? You're both in the industry. You know what? I'm sitting here waiting on you. Boom, you come out and then you skyrocket, and then I'm still sort of at the same level.
Yeah.
Now I'm not even me. Now I'm your dude now.
Yeah.
Right? For men, that's a whole ego trip. And then I got to hear that you talking to, or you've been chilling with some other dude. I mean, it's just a whole. To me, that just says that there was no real communication in the relationship.
Yeah.
And they didn't really talk about anything.
So I want to move to this. I want to talk about respecting privacy and the trust in the relationship, because, and the reason why I want to talk about this is I see a lot of people going to social media about something that happened in the relationship, and what y'all say that happened in the relationship is something that they disclose to you, and that may have been in the bedroom, that may have been something in their, that person was being vulnerable about their upbringing, whatever that was, they disclosed it to you because they trusted you. When you go to social media and you break that privacy, you break that trust, that doesn't lie. Yeah, I want you to.
No, I mean, but I want to talk about these 7 stages, and then we're going to get into like these 4 areas that it's like, nah, you can't do that, man. You got to have some ground rules. So 7 stages that most relationships go through, right? It's the infatuation and honeymoon stage. We was looking at an interview with them. It was this infatuation.
And I love that.
It's like, oh, he look cute, or like she dope, or whatever the case may be. That the whole infatuation stage, right? And then kind of the reality is, oh, now I'm talking to the dude, I'm talking to the lady. Okay, reality. I got to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's the kind of the power struggle. How do you avoid resentment when you get into this power struggle stage? Like we talked about this before. It's like you were independent before you got with me. I was independent. Now we're together. Now there's a falling away of some of that, but I'm still trying to maintain my level of independence and personhood of myself. That's sometimes a power struggle, right? And especially if you're in the industry, and let's say she's getting a little bit more acclaim than him,
right?
Now you got this power dynamic. Right? And then you get into stability. If you can make it past that, then you get into stability and commitment. And then next stage is deep attachment and intimacy, because I'm sure during that first phase, infatuation and honeymoon, there was a lot of sex going on. So you notice that infatuation and honeymoon stage, and you say nothing about sex, but we get down to stage number 5, it's intimacy.
Yeah. And intimacy
is what?
And it's not just sex.
Yeah.
Intimacy is more than that. It is, it's even the communication of you saying, hey babe, I love you, or groping me, or me hugging you and telling you, babe, I love you, whispering in your ear. Like just playful things that I think that
reinforce
that the love. That's intimacy, because everybody wants to always jump in. Oh, intimacy is sex. It's more than that.
It's more than that. And then the last 2 are renewal and growth, and then legacy. So how are we building a legacy? If we have a family, if we have kids, if we have businesses that we're trying to build, now we're talking about legacy. But all those stages, we kind of hit. Well, maybe you don't get to all of them, because some relationships don't make it to the legacy stage.
They don't make it there.
Right?
They do not.
And so when you think about, okay, we've been in this relationship for 20 years, almost. In their case, maybe 18 years or so. And we talked about this too. Vulnerability for a man is something that, man,
it's rare.
It's rare, but we got to feel real comfortable with being vulnerable. And I believe a woman has to, no, I ain't gonna say she has to, but a man has to feel comfortable with being vulnerable.
Or can I say it like this? A woman has to create a safe space.
Yeah, that's what
for a man to feel vulnerable.
Create a space.
To be able to share his deepest, darkest secrets, his needs, his wants, his desires, without coming back and then that being weaponized.
Yeah, because I didn't want to say a woman needs to do something to make me feel. That's not it. But you said it correctly. Creating a space. All I can do is create a space for you. It's up to you to, come in and be vulnerable and open. So having said all of that, we talked about the respect and the privacy.
Yes.
I want to just kind of set the stage that we go through these phases,
right?
And in that phase, there's a level of trust and respect.
Yes, those two.
That's being built. So pick it up from there.
So I think that you need to make sure that you are keeping those things a secret. And the reason why I say that is because it's going to play a part for people to actually come and say something about your character. And the first thing we are going to say is that you're not using integrity and ma'am or sir, you're being vindictive. We're gonna say that because those are the two things, you know. And when we feel like we can't trust you anymore, and we feel like you're being vindictive, it's gonna make it very hard for resolve to happen.
Yeah.
So this is where it comes in. If you and I can't resolve an issue, we're gonna have to bring somebody in the midst of us to be able to resolve this, especially when there are children involved.
So would it be fair to say that if you have a real friendship, you're in a relationship,
okay,
you are my confidant.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you things.
Right.
Right. Fears, disappointments, what I'm frustrated with, you know, desires, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You're my confidant.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, because I want to draw a distinction between keeping a secret and keeping things in confidence. Like, I can trust you with this thing,
mm-hmm.
right? Because sometimes secrets have like, oh, secret, well, I didn't know you want me to keep a secret about some shit that you're doing that's wrong. No, this is all about me. I'm trusting you. You're my confidant. I'm telling you that, hey, here's something that I deal with, or something that I'm challenged with, or a fear that I have. Mm-hmm. You're my confidant.
Right.
Because I trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I trust that we can share things in privacy. And so the other thing, we talk about this too, like pillow talk. Right? What I know about you is that if your friend say something to you, you ain't talking to your other friends about what that friend said.
Mm-hmm.
That's confidence.
Yeah.
That you're confident. People know that they can bring things to you and that it will be kept in confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Now, I ain't keeping no secrets. Like, you done committed a murder. Like, I'm saying,
unalive somebody.
You know what I'm saying? You done unalive somebody.
For TikTok purposes.
For TikTok purposes,
I have to
right?
tell my husband, you can't say them words, baby, because my husband.
What did I say? I
unalive. You said the M word. But okay, unalive would be the right word. Yeah.
So, in this case, we're bringing this up because on social media, there was a lot of stuff being said that was kind of like malicious. It's like, wait a minute, y'all were together like 18 years. Well, why you bringing that up? Mm-hmm. What he or she liked in the bedroom, like that was y'all's bedroom,
right? And so now, that causes a problem, because now I don't look. If somebody on social media goes back and said anything that I talked to them about, now you are not a person of integrity, and I think that you're vindictive, because what you just did is ruined yourself, honey. Because other people are not going. They like, oh, she on there just running off at the mouth. I wouldn't tell her nothing. Right. So you really show your personality, basically, and character. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Personality is behaviors, attitudes, thoughts, ideas. Thank you.
Just stay in your zone.
So, and then your character is basically like honesty, loyalty, ambition, stuff like that. And so, people are gonna be like, if you running off at the mouth on social media, they're not gonna trust you. And then you know what they end up doing? They end up smashing and talking about you in a malicious way as well, because that's the energy you're putting off about somebody else. Because you don't tell what somebody told you in secrecy or privacy. And we're not talking about a bad secret, so let's just eliminate that. We're just talking about you being with somebody that you love.
And experiences.
And you're trusting them.
Hey, listen, maybe y'all experimenting with some stuff. Maybe nobody knows that you like to get tied up and spanked. Yeah. That listen.
That's your secret between you and I.
That's something that between you and I. Now, because you're angry with me, or I'm angry with you, I'm not going out and telling people that you like to be, tied up. Except for the one time we had them when we was coming from Cancun, we had them handcuffs. But other than that, I mean, that was TSA. That wasn't me just talking about it. But anyway.
Anyway, thank you for the gift. Anyway, okay? Thank you.
Oh.
So we want to talk about the ripple effect about you going on social media talking about your significant other or your children's father. This goes
or mother.
This goes beyond all the other stuff. You gotta watch what you say because it will be a ripple effect. Because if I get on social media and you are oversharing and you're talking really grimy about the person that you were married to, you have a child with, it doesn't matter what they did. When you come and you lay that onto social media, you're never thinking about, oh shoot, this may affect my, where I'm trying to get my next career. My employer may see this, or my friends. What are they really gonna think about me, or even family, right? Like, because y'all, people, I know that you guys do know, but right now people are in places where they don't really trust people. And so when you're coming out doing something against the person that you love, we understand y'all are in an argument, but that doesn't have to spill over into social media and getting everybody involved in a nasty dispute, debate, conflict. And y'all might make up later, but your kids gonna see that and somebody's gonna record it, okay?
Yeah, and just don't. I mean, it goes back to that whole thing before social media. Family. Like, listen, what happens in our house is in our house. Don't be out talking about what's going on in our house. Don't be out. And I think we qualified this saying, if you're in a life-threatening situation, you need to tell somebody.
Right.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your everyday disagreements.
Right.
We're talking about your everyday disagreements. You keep your family out of that. That's not anybody's business. Don't be on social media, Facebook, posting about what's going on with you and your dude or your lady.
Right.
Y'all work that out. And if you can't work it out, listen, go your separate ways in private. It's nobody's business what's going on. I just don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it because I think that it does show immaturity. And when we know that you're immature, we're going to tend to kind of shun from you. We're going to be like,
yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, and we don't want to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
No, we good. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Because you talking about the ripple effect.
But I said all I need to say about the ripple effect.
You did?
I did.
Talking about the kids?
Yeah, I
in
said
school?
that in school.
Get teased?
No, I didn't say that. You should tell them. That could possibly happen. It's happening right now.
I mean, listen, especially if you're like, and you're
not
celebrity.
a commoner.
Right, you're not a commoner. But even that don't even matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Listen, everybody's on social media. You can be a teacher in the 3rd grade and your mama got an OnlyFans page and everybody found out about it in school, and now.
Yeah, well, this is true, y'all.
So
because everything is happening right now.
So you ain't got to be no celebrity, and social media can cause a ripple effect in your life, your career, and all of that. So just know that don't overshare, man. And at the same time, you got to vet people out a little bit more before you start just really divulging.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, then that's the part right there, because I think people are having a very hard time knowing that they have the right person and choosing someone that's compatible. And I seem to think that because a lot of people haven't worked on themselves, then they're desperate and they don't want to be lonely. And what happens is, I think that most of the time we as people, guys, we're like, I don't want to be alone and I don't want to be lonely, and that's what you're thinking about. That's your dominant thought. And then when you're thinking that, the very thing you're thinking, because it's now become a fear, it happens and you've embraced it and you don't even know that you've embraced it. And so now you're uncertain about anybody that you get with. You're like, well, they seem like they like me, and but then we start talking and then they ghosted me like everybody else, or you know, or y'all moved in too soon, and that's not really what they wanted, but you coerce them into, you know, coming in, and you're giving them this fairy tale, and at the end of that fairy tale is they like, oh no, this is not like what I thought, this is not what you said. And so it's very important when you're finding your significant other that you know what your boundaries are, you know what your deal breakers are.
No, for real. And so, like, some questions to ask if you, like, during those early stages, because people always present their best version of themselves. It may not be the true version of themselves, but it could be aspirational. It could be like, hey, I'd like to be this dude, or I'd like to be this person, but I'm really not. So one of the questions you can ask is that, how do you handle conflict? That is a number one, that's a top question. How do you handle conflict? And what does resolution look like to you? So how do you know whether or not someone is compatible with you or not? And you've got to ask questions.
Yes.
But you also have to ask yourself these questions so that you know what really aligns with your core values. How do you handle conflict, and what does resolution look like to you?
And the problem is that when you don't know either of those things, how to handle conflict or what resolution looks like, that's when you know individually, I need some help.
Yeah.
Because you have to know what that looks like, and if not, you need to go study it. But you know, this is where I think that because we're talking about two individuals, black love, we, you know, enjoy it and hearing their love stories, seeing it, but comes down to it that these two individuals, they're both seeing other people, they're in a dispute or conflict on social media. Were they even right for each other?
So let me say this, because so when you think about because I started noodling on that question. What does resolution look like?
What does it look like?
And resolution does not always look like I'm right.
Yes.
So for me, I was just thinking about the question.
Yeah, but that's
if resolution is that I'm right and you're wrong, then you probably would never get to a point of resolution.
You won't.
Resolution looks like, hey, I don't have to be right, but I want to get to a point to where a path forward. Consensus, agreement. Because we can disagree about a series of things, but we can agree on the majority of those things, and we have a path forward. So to me, resolution looks like, how do we get to, it doesn't look like I'm right, but how do we get to a consensus where we can move on? We can agree on the main things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you don't like Italian food, but I love Italian food, okay, well, we can figure out a compromise to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Well, one day we do Italian, another day we do Mexican.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Compromise versus settling. That's what we're talking about, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Another question is, what role does family play in your life? And that could be your immediate family. That could be, do you want family? Again, we're talking about compatibility.
Right.
Because oftentimes conflicts come as these real life scenarios manifest. It's like, we hadn't even talked about that.
And when you haven't talked about it and you just jump in a full-fledged relationship, when we're talking about are we compatible, we gotta be thinking about those things.
Gotta be thinking about it. What does family look like?
Yeah, I think that's important.
If you're a mama's boy and your mama drives all your decisions, and you can't see where that's a problem if you've got a wife, then you're gonna have conflict.
You are.
You're gonna have conflict.
You are. So something really crazy. It matters how you raise your children and what boundaries you set with them, and I'm saying that because yesterday our son was here and he was like, "Mom, can you help me take my bag downstairs?"
What?
And my husband and I both looked and we were like, "No, because he wanted to just go down in one trip. But that's not the way this goes. You're a young man, you're 22, and I've had to learn as a mom, I can't coddle or baby boy my son. My husband is more of the type where he's like, no, a man needs to be a man. Like, he's all, giving straight alpha. You know what I'm saying? And so that, even yesterday, I think it taught our son, oh, okay. Because he already knows. You don't have any woman to drive if it's your car. If it's her car and if she's like, no, you know what, I want to drive. But other than that, hey, you need me to drive you? Put gas in her car. There are just certain things that I think that men are supposed to do for women.
Yeah.
I'm going to get off of that so we don't get off topic. But
I think that's important because that's about how family, how you deal with kids. If you're a blended family, like how does family play a role? Like my mom makes all my decisions, or I don't care what happened. My kids are most important to me. If you can't, well, okay, that's something we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I'm big on, the young men gotta grow up.
And if your kids are gonna be more important than me, then I'm not gonna be able to rock and roll with you like that.
No, you can't. Yeah,
that's
not an expectation.
Because and you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something that can definitely divide a household, and that's when you guys are not solid about making the right, setting boundaries. That would be the right word. Like boundaries such as, hey babe, after our kids are 25, they can't live with us. That's a boundary. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to be on their own. And the reason why is we need our time. We've raised our children. People can, and we had a video that we did, y'all, and people really went in because we were talking about, and it wasn't even our real story. It was really about young people paying rent, especially if you're with your parents, and it's different if they're good, but y'all, some parents are not good and they need everybody in the house that's living with them to help them. There are not a lot of families making a whole bunch of money around here right now, and then people have gotten laid off. We just don't know their story. But you can't allow your young adult to mess up you guys' relationship, especially when you got somebody new. When the relationship is too new, ladies or men, you got to check that and be like, wait a minute, I just been married a year. I've just been married 2 years. I've just been married 3 years. There are some relationships that are still fragile that you got to make sure that you guys are locked in, right?
Okay, can I add something on that?
Yes, add.
Because I also think that there's a lot of blended families. A lot of single.
Thank you, AJ.
A lot of single mothers out there that are looking for or wanting a partner. This is a tightrope, right?
Yep. I know where you're going.
So, because I'm never this is never a binary thing to me. There's always gray areas in this, right? If you're in a new relationship and you haven't gone through the stages of vetting that out, you got to be it's just delicate. You got to be very careful about how you handle your kids, because you don't even know if this dude's going to be around for the long haul.
Okay, that part. That's important first.
But you got to, and which says this: don't bring nobody around your kids until you know that they solid.
Men and women.
Men and women.
Men and women.
And I'm speaking for both.
Right.
Don't bring nobody around until you know that they are solid, that they don't have an issue with the fact that you have kids, that they're not trying to control and manipulate you, that they're not trying to, because we talk about alpha male versus masculine. Some dudes have egos and they lean into this, I'm the alpha male, and it's really their beta males.
And they're just controlling.
They're just controlling, right?
There's some women like that. So,
on both sides.
Yeah, both sides.
But a masculine man understands and can stand in his masculinity and say, I ain't got no issue, but here are the boundaries.
Right.
Here's what I demand in terms of respect. But what I'm saying is, men and women, don't bring people around until you know that this is something that you want to pursue. And then you have to sit your kids down and say, hey, I want to let y'all know, hey, this is whomever. We've been dating for the last 6 months. Whatever, you can put whatever time on it. And just kind of set the groundwork, and don't just thrust it on them in a way that they like, oh, well, this my daddy now?
Well, so I would think that it would be good. I think it would be good to talk to your kids first, and then y'all come together.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying do this with them in the room.
Okay. Well,
I'm saying, this is a conversation with your kids.
That's what I heard. Like, me and you were sitting together. So
No.
Okay.
They have that conversation beforehand.
Okay. So now I want to talk about practicing.
You my daddy now?
Practicing restraint.
Go ahead.
When you have a couple, and you guys, because we were talking about this couple, and now they're hashing out their conflict, their grievances on social media, and we're talking about, is that the best way to handle it? And we're like, no, that's not the best way to handle it, because number one, if you are throwing slugs, that's what you just said, slugs, right? If you're throwing slugs on social media, and then I'm gonna come back because I don't want to feel like, you got one up on me.
Yeah.
So something that we didn't say earlier, this is what we heard the wife say. When I first met my husband, excuse me, hold on one second. She said, when I met my husband, and they're both artists, and what she said was, I didn't like him at first. In other words, because he was competition. Let me tell y'all something. You better watch when you're sitting at the table. If a man is acting like he's prettier than you, or hair can't be out of place, and you know what I'm saying, his fit gotta be just right. Like, that's something to look at, women, and be like, okay, he's trying to look better than me. You need to check that. All those are signs. It means something. And we have been fooled to believe something different. All right? So
what she's talking about is being effeminate.
A feminine man?
Man, yeah. Having qualities that are typically associated with women, or that are considered more suited to women than men. And when we were talking earlier today, and I was saying that men predominantly are looking for respect. You're like, no, I compliment you. I say, no, the compliments ain't what I need. They're nice. But women look more for those types of compliments. Oh, you look good. You're building the woman up in that way. Oh, baby, you good? You look great. Men shouldn't be looking for that. Men shouldn't be looking for the woman to tell them. Men want to be respected. They want to feel valued. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel like they are respected. Okay. That's the dominant desire and need of real men. If you got a man that you need to tell him how his haircut looks. I don't know what effeminate men are looking for, but that's not a good look.
Thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
But do you agree with what I'm saying?
No, I agree 100% with what you're saying. And so you're making me overflow into something else.
Go, we'll flow.
So my husband is talking about being a feminine man. And
not about me being a feminine, but a feminine man, not me being a feminine man. But go ahead.
No, not my husband. So all I'm saying is this. Ladies, if your man is giving off feminine vibes that you're like, believe him, because here's the thing, we don't care about, okay, let me qualify, because I'm about to go somewhere about people being gay. We don't care if you are gay. Like, no one cares. If that's your life and you want to live it, you have to do that. And nobody has anything to say. Here's the only problem with that. I don't think that it's fair to a woman if you like both. And I don't think it's fair to a man if you're fluid and then you don't tell them in the beginning stages. I think that's very important. The reason why is women are not trying to compete with other women and other men. I don't want to do that. Y'all, that's a lot. Most men, they don't want to compete with other men and other women. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, these are facts. Some of y'all are like, oh, well, this went some other type of way. The reason why I say we don't feel no type of way, we got a whole daughter that's married to another woman. Whoever wants to be married to whoever and whatever you want to do, we're not being judgmental or critical. That's not what we've been called to.
Just be upfront.
But be upfront.
And say what you...
Compatibility. Tell people what you like. Because it does a disservice to the person, and this is why people jump on social media, and then the next thing we hear they're unalive because you weren't honest in the beginning to be compatible.
Yeah, I'm saying be straight up, man. If that's your thing, bro, hey, do you? I ain't got no issue with none of that. I mean, except just be straight up about where you at.
That's it. Because no one cares.
Live your life, man.
Yeah, no one cares. Like, do whatever it is you're going to do, because, excuse me, at the end of the day, everybody else is going to do what they're going to do.
This is your life. Live it how you want to live it.
And so what I think about, and this is the last thing about practicing restraint, when you both do have grievances and y'all haven't resolved them, it escalates. It escalates to a point of where you cannot get resolved. That's the other thing, okay? So one of the things why my husband and I said real talk, real communication, and real resolve. We pride ourselves in getting resolved. And sometimes, here's a real. There are some things we haven't gotten resolved overnight. We didn't get resolved in a year. We didn't get resolved in a year and a half. But we ended up getting resolved because some situations are sensitive and a little bit more complex than others. The thing is let's keep working on it so that we can get this right. So we're not going on social media, airing things out and telling secrets and, being vindictive and showing that we're not people of integrity.
Right.
I don't think that that's good.
No, I agree.
But that's all. That's all I have.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
It's good.
Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you. So let me just say this, and then we're about to get off of here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. Tuesdays and Sundays are couples conversations. Sundays and Tuesdays are couples conversations. On Fridays, we have Feel Good Friday. We want to play music. Come join us. We're probably sipping on an espresso martini or whatever. Might be water. But come and join us. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for following. We are on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Spotify. We're on iHeart. We're on Buzzsprout. Visit us there, either at Balcony Talk with the Nelsons or Love and Truth Podcast. And thank you guys for those of you that have been following us. We really appreciate you so much. The likes, the hearts, the shares. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
So until Friday.
Until Tuesday.
Until Tuesday. Today is Sunday.
It's only Tuesday. It's only Sunday.
I don't know days of the week.
We'll tap in on Tuesday.
Peace. We appreciate you guys.